on this episode of Inside the Blueprint. From quality electrical services to acoustical solutions, we've got everything you need for future company improvements in Jacksonville. With their passion for the trade, Performance Electrical Contracting can solve any electrical problem, big or small, commercial or residential. Most homeowners who have a house demolished will only demolish one home in their lifetime. For this reason, ELEV8 is your go-to for clearing and demolition services. Meet the innovators at Troy Acoustics, making a difference by providing simple solutions for complex noise problems. With 20 years of excellence in over 3,000 field and stadium installations, Shaw Sports can help propel your organization into the 21st century. Leading innovation and maximizing performance in commercial UTVs and zero-turn mowers. Plus lots more. Having access to a knowledgeable electrician is essential to our everyday life. So much so that when the power goes out at home or work, everything comes to a halt. Let's go inside the blueprint.
My name is Mark Aslan. I'm president and owner of Performance Electrical Contracting in Jacksonville, Florida. We are a full-service electrical contractor in the area. We service a large variety of multifamily customers, as well as commercial and residential custom homes. I started doing electrical work when I was 18. I kind of liked the idea of working with my hands and working outside and making things work. I was working at this one company that closed their doors. I helped open up another company. That's where my partner Donnie came in. He started as my helper. We wired houses together all over Northeast Florida. And then he picked it up pretty quick, and he went off and he started putting him on jobs, doing his own work, and the jobs started to get bigger and bigger. Donnie and I ended up working together at another company as project managers. I think my goal was to start a business, something I wanted to do. So we sat down, me and Donnie sat down, and I said, I need your help. We bring in Scott, our project manager, and he's been a big help. He started as a foreman in the field with us, and now he's a PM. And we're looking to grow, and we're looking to bring in people that want to grow and learn the trade. I think it's important.
Performance Electrical Contracting is a full-service electrical contracting company that proudly works in tandem with a wide variety of other trades professionals.
I worked for Mark since 1998. He called me when I was at my old company and needed some help, so I came over here to Performance Electric Contracting. We're more like a family. I've known both owner and co-owner for multiple years. I can go to Mark or Donnie with anything, and they will help me out with anything, any questions I have.
Skilled tradespeople are in high demand. It's important to further the trades in our current society.
Some benefits of being in the construction trade are the leadership skills you'll learn, be able to further yourself in the trade and also in other areas of life. Like right now, I'm teaching in the first year NEFPA program for apprenticeship, and so I'm teaching these guys the skills they need to learn to be able to further themselves in the trade.
Going through the apprenticeship program, it just sped up the learning process and got me better at my job quicker. It just snowballed into running my own jobs, and then working with Mark, we had an idea, and I kept pushing him to start his own company, and he was the one that actually did it.
Most of our jobs are kind of similar to what's behind me. Our guys pretty much report to the job and work. We communicate with them through their phone, and we use technology, an app, and we are able to update drawings via the office that they can sync to their tablets. It also helps us with our field reports and our safety sheets and our hazards, identifying. We can take pictures, we can upload them to the group that's part of the group on the job. Everybody's collaborating on one app. It's a great tool, but this is a typical garden-style part and building that we do. It's exciting to see it come together.
Trust and transparency is very important in these types of industries. A great relationship with the customer is a top priority.
What we try to do with our customers is we try to build a relationship. We try to be we want to be a team player. I think we are a team player. And we try to identify problems early on and try to resolve them before they become a bigger problem. We identify issues that we've seen in the past that seem to keep happening on different jobs, and we bring them to the forefront, and we try to resolve them in a way where it could be cost effective, a lot less cost impact and delays than it would if we waited until further progress of the job. Relationships with your customers important. It shouldn't be about a number. Of course, budget's important, price is important, but I think the lowest number is not always the best choice.
So what does the future hold for Performance Electrical Contracting?
We are here to help, and we are here to solve problems. We cover the Northeast Florida area. We are licensed all the way up to North Carolina, but we generally cover the Northeast Florida down to Gainesville. Orlando is probably our furthest. We're always looking for new customers, and I think we can provide a competitive quote, and we can give you performance when you need it.
Let's face it, demolition is a daunting task for most property owners and something you'll generally only deal with once in your life. Fortunately, ELEV8 Demolition promises to help you through the process every step of the way. Let's go inside the blueprint.
We're demolition contractors in Northeast Florida. We tear down buildings, big commercial buildings, little houses, anything in between. When anybody needs a structure removed, typically so they can put up a new one, we're the guys to call. So we've been in business about 5 years. We started off owning a few dump trucks and hauling dirt. We saw a need for demolition. Any customer, whether it be a homeowner or a developer or a contractor, needed a building tore down. They didn't know who to call. It seemed like some mythical thing to find someone who actually did demolition, did it right, and it turns out there's a huge need for demolition in Northeast Florida. We'll tear down between 5 and 10 houses a week a lot of times.
Trust and transparency is very important in this type of industry. A great relationship with the customer is a top priority.
So here at ELEV8, we strive to simplify demolition. The way we do that is focusing on customer service. We will walk a customer through the entire process from I would like a quote to demolish this structure all the way through to them being building ready for their new structure. And every step of the way we communicate with them. We make sure that we tell them how the permitting is going. We can make it simple for them. Almost any county in Florida, we can have a demolition permit pulled in a week, and we can have the house gone the next week. And just constant communication with the customer to let them know that, it makes demolition a lot less scary.
An experienced safety-first team, one that complies with all laws and regulations, is exceptionally important when doing this type of demolition.
Frankly, this is one of the most dangerous industries you can be in. Often we're tearing down 5 or 10-story commercial buildings, or equally as dangerous is tearing down a 2-story house that's just a couple feet from the neighbor's house. On the residential side, we've got to look out for everybody in the neighborhood, bringing 10 or 15 dump trucks in through a small neighborhood to haul out all this material, or tearing down a house right next to another house. The last big commercial building we did was 5 stories. So we had to bring in a structural engineer to tell us how do we get this thing on the ground safely. Because we might have 20 guys out on the job site in tight time frames, and 20 or 30 trucks moving in and out throughout the day while you're taking down a 5-story building. It's not just hard hats and safety vests and hand motions and safety protocols, but there's just a lot of intricate things and a lot of moving parts where everybody just has to be on point all the time, watching out for themselves and everyone around them.
Trust that with ELEV8 Demolition, your demolition job is done to your expectations and beyond.
Demolition can be a daunting task for our clients, and the way we alleviate these fears is constant communication and describing them how the demolition process works. Right there is one of our excavators. We use that to tear down the house, pile up the debris, load it into large dump trucks, and haul some of it to the landfill and some of it to the recycling center. At the end, we'll grade out the lot, builder ready, so that you can put your new structure on that property.
After the job is complete, all of the debris is hauled away, leaving the site looking good as new. Most of what is demolished can be recycled.
Landfills are expensive. So when we tear down a building, if we just send it all to the landfill, it costs a lot of money. If we can recycle the majority of what we're tearing down, it gives us cost savings that we can pass on to our customers. So for example, every concrete slab, foundation, driveway that we tear up, we send it to a concrete processing facility, and they crush it up and turn it into essentially gravel. And that gravel goes under every new road that you're building in Florida. Recycling is core to our business because it gives us cost savings, it helps the environment, and it allows us to lower the prices for our customers.
For more information about ELEV8 Demolition, visit their website at elevate-jacks.com. And of course, visit our website at insidetheblueprint.com. Noise pollution is not just an acoustical nuisance. Research shows that loud sound can have a significant impact on human health. Meet the innovators making a difference at Troy Acoustics.
We are the absolute leaders in the industry for specialty acoustic design solutions. We can design anything from shooting ranges to animal shelters to highway noise barriers to aquatic centers to broadcast facilities. We actually do those things here in our facility and ship the materials out with the shop drawings for installation.
Here's how they do it.
So what makes us better than anybody else in the nation on acoustic materials and designs is this Troy board, which is a wood fiber Portland cement mixture material. Pretty dense material, and is designed to absorb the energy without reflection. The combination of this material with what we refer to as a mineral wool product, 2.5 pound density per cubic foot. The combination of the board and the wool, when it's put in a wall design or ceiling design, absorbs a tremendous amount of sound energy without reflection. So thereby you're isolating sound as well as controlling the echoes within the space itself.
Encroaching society and crammed over building indeed did make the news.
Gunfire too close to a Bay Area neighborhood, and the shots so loud they're scaring kids.
Well, loud gunshots, believe it or not, have actually become a familiar sound for students and staff here at Countryside High School right behind me. And take a look right here. That's because just across McMullen Booth Road, Clearwater Police operates its firing range, and I've learned tonight changes are on the way.
A lot of architects and engineers who are range designers don't always have the foresight of acoustics in mind. Sometimes it's not thought at all. In the range prior, it was covered in polypropylene and mostly still a bare concrete surface. We removed all of that polypropylene, rubber tiles off the walls. We went ahead and applied the Troy system to the walls and the ceilings, and what you see now is close to that end result. I think what we're going to have here at the end of the day is where you'll have a neighborhood who will be satisfied with the end results here, and also the end users who will be very happy themselves.
Making it safe and helping solve your toughest noise problems is what Troy Acoustics is proud to do for your neighborhood.
From our perspective on the design of an acoustic solution, there are three scenarios we look at. The first scenario is outside noise coming into the facility, especially a broadcast facility, where you can't have that outside sound level coming in and being intrusive or ruining the shot or the dialogue of an interview. That's an absolute no-no. The benefit of the Troy system within a broadcast element is that we can design the walls to be about 66% in a smaller footprint than what normal conventional building materials will do. The second scenario of a noise design solution is the interior noise of the space, meaning that the reflections, the echoes, and what that does and how the employees, the company, or in a shooting range is a great example. Or a municipality, your local police department, or the military. They have to meet certain OSHA standards as well as NIOSH criteria in that shooting range. So our design solutions are able to absorb that gunfire sound level energy without the reflection, so thereby it lowers the time that maximum level of gunfire sound level is in that range. So thereby it's much safer when they train. The third design solution scenario we pay attention to here at Troy Acoustics is the noise from a noise source traveling through the environment that is intrusive to the neighbors, or the adjacent facility. A great example is over at Clearwater PD.
A lot of architects and engineers are aware of acoustical systems, but a lot of them just don't put the thought or the forethought into the design to start with for a range, which will result in the problem such as this range and what it had. And then we're typically the individuals called to come in and remedy the situation. We've had projects all across the states and out of country, ranging from production studios, theaters, kennels, not just shooting ranges, but I mean, we've gone as far as Japan, Korea, Canada, Trinidad, just everywhere.
Providing guaranteed design solutions for critical noise abatement. For more information about Troy Acoustics, visit their website, troyacoustics.com. And of course, visit our website, insidetheblueprint.com. In order to build the toughest machines in the market, they use American steel. Steel that's cut with laser precision and fabricated by a welder who is dedicated to doing their best. But before the steel came the desire.
We began November 1, 2013, from very humble beginnings. We had 38 employees. We were just trying to figure out a way to produce a first-class product that would make its way into the marketplace.
You know, the demand was unbelievable. Our suppliers could not keep up. The tank companies couldn't keep up. We was selling a lot more machines than they could produce. So we was unreal excited about the launch of the new product.
For Intimidator Inc. owners Robert and Becky Foster, it's not just a company, it's a way of life. They pursue opportunities to design, manufacture, and market products that improve the lives of others.
The first product was the Intimidator UTVs. It was a very young product at that time that Robert Foster had invented, and they were actually building that product. It was in a little bit later, it was in the year 2016, we actually introduced a new to the market, an exciting zero-turn lawnmower that's called the Spartan, and began our production in 2016, and it is just propelled, and it's just grown explosively during that time. In fact, we're the fastest growing zero-turn producer of zero-turn lawnmowers in history. So we're excited about that. We're excited about continuing the growth and keeping moving.
It's Robert's relentless pursuit of perfection that inspired the company to build a brand new production facility that has nearly 5 acres under roof. It houses state-of-the-art equipment with room to grow. All of this, along with its nearly 300 employees, can be found in Batesville, Arkansas.
Intimidator and Spartan and Bad Dog Accessories, we had the latest of all technology. When you look at a lot of companies that's 40 and 50 years old, a lot of stuff they outsource, we do everything in-house. So we laser cut, form, break, weld, paint, assemble. So we literally can design something where it would take normally 3 years to do. We can have it done in 2.5 months.
Take our Spartan mower, there are a number of advantages that we have that individually causes it to stand out. One is the thickness of the metal. We use 7-gauge metal for all of our decks, guarantee it for life.
The ride technology, we believe that we have a leading, industry-leading softness in the ride that we have on our mowers through the technology that we have implemented there. Our hill climbing ability, we have sold a number of mowers during the demonstration because of the ability of our zero-turn mower to stand and to mow on an incline.
So what makes Spartan mowers unique is our innovative approach to manufacturing. We're able to control our costs much better than most other manufacturers. Additionally, our owners, when they purchase Spartan mowers, they'll be given the opportunity to utilize radial tires. We're the first to market with radial tires. Additionally, we've got our start-stop console and our homegrown suspension system that incorporates both the seat and the rear tire assemblies.
They believe in hard work and second chances. These, among other core values, have proven to be successful as they manage several brands under the Intimidator Inc. umbrella. The two major brands include Intimidator UTVs and Spartan mowers. The GC in Intimidator's GC1K stands for Game Changer, and that's just what it's done. Its beefy frame and premium components offer a sturdy vehicle ready to tackle any project or terrain.
Primarily, our focus right now is on U.S. growth, and there's plenty of opportunity there for that. For the next few years, we've already begun to supply some products to selected locations on an international basis. We will continue that, but that will be more of a controlled growth as we select markets that make sense for us to be a part of.
We are looking forward to servicing our dealers, to knowing exactly what our dealers need to make their business successful, because we're only successful when our dealers are successful.
For our company, you know, when we look at stuff done by the seconds. We just redesigned a facility that was one of our newer facilities. We just redesigned it because we was at 42% weld time, and now we've got it to 72% weld on time. The more efficient we can get as a company, the more lean we can get, the better product that we can give the customer for a better price.
It's obvious that their success doesn't just come from dominance on the technical side, but from a firm foundation built on core values. Baseball's come a long way since Babe Ruth. All sports have, but none more so than baseball. From little leagues to big leagues, the game is more competitive, more demanding than ever, requiring legendary skill, lightning reflexes, and crowd-pleasing performance. And the field, especially artificial turf, that athletes run, catch, and perform on, must meet the 21st century challenge.
For the last 37 years of my career, my emphasis has always been on player safety, protecting players, ideally not having them get injured. So I really got involved with this artificial turf study to make sure that this was the best possible synthetic field for our players to play on.
Globe Life Park, home of the Texas Rangers since 1994, remains. But in March 2020, the team relocated across the street to brand new Globe Life Field. A huge part of the 21st century cutting-edge venue is a cutting-edge playing surface, manufactured by Shaw Sports Turf, one of North America's leading synthetic turf companies.
The fact that we went out and we benchmarked well-manicured natural grass playing environments, and in those tests we take 7 specific metrics. Those metrics break down into 3 areas. One is really player-to-surface interactions. One is traction and how that player behaves on the surface, and then also energy return, and really how the ball interacts with the surface. The goal is to mimic well-manicured natural grass playing environment, and through our research we've been able to do that.
Texas Rangers and other teams, after decades of playing on natural grass and 2 decades of intense research on field surfaces, athlete and ball mechanics, decided the benefits of playing on Shaw Sports synthetic grass surfaces was simply too good to pass up.
Shaw had a commitment to getting the baseball surface right that was different than any other manufacturer that we did on our preliminary visit. And then in subsequent visits, you know, they demonstrated a commitment to baseball and to baseball playing surface that was beyond anyone else.
Shaw Sports Turf prides itself on being at the industry and manufacturing forefront for better performing, safer, and more durable synthetic sports turf fields. As that leader, more and more sports teams, from little leagues to big leagues, are turning to Shaw Sports Turf for energy-efficient, water-saving, and big league cutting-edge solutions.
The main reason Paragon Sports Constructors decided to partner with Shaw Sports Turf Systems was their devotion to research and development. And basically, they're not doing what nobody else in the business is doing. We've worked with a lot of the other major manufacturers, and Shaw by far and away is light years above everybody else.
Installation of the new synthetic turf began in late February 2020, requiring 2 weeks of precision teamwork from start to finish.
Some fields now, it's a rubber pellet with a sand combination. That's what Toronto and Tampa Bay have. But we're actually playing with a new product with Shaw, which is actually an organic infill. So it's a ground up coconut shell, and it acts and feels and looks like a natural dirt.
So the turf system here is specifically designed for baseball. There's the B1K shock pad underneath the turf system here, and the turf is a very dense product, specifically with 2 tones of color to look very natural on TV and play just like natural grass. This field was benchmarked off the old Texas Rangers field.
When an organization as disciplined as the Texas Rangers does its homework, the payoff can be, well, like batting 1,000.
Well, the turf is nice. It feels like grass. The technology of this grass is made to feel like you playing in regular grass. I think it's going to be a very good surface for the players to play.
We are thrilled to have the Shaw surface on this field. We went to all the manufacturers on the synthetic side and said, listen, we're not even going to consider this unless you can deliver to us the best playing surface in Major League Baseball.
It's looking good, Chuck. It's really great. As you can tell, it's pretty close right now.
So one more lift of sand and then geofill.
That is correct.
We're going to turn it over to Dennis and his group.
Right. Let the grounds guys get on it and figure out how to moisture condition and maintain, and should be able to maintain it pretty easily.
Well, it looks great. Y'all have done an outstanding job on it.
Thank you. We're very proud of it.
To learn more about Shaw Sports Turf 20 years of excellence in over 3,000 field and stadium installations, and how Shaw Sports can help propel your organization into the 21st century both on and off the field, visit shawsportsturf.com. Or to view this segment again, visit us at insidetheblueprint.com. Thanks for watching Inside the Blueprint. For more information on any of the products you saw today, or to find out how to become part of the show, please visit insidetheblueprint.com.